What is up, Star Wars fans? This is Darth Watts, and in this video, it's certainly been a while since we've talked about Star Wars Starfighter, and we have some recent rumors about the upcoming film. Now, this is not coming from a reliable source, so take this with a grain of salt. This may or may not be true because Cosmic Book News doesn't really have much credibility, and lately they just peddle a bunch of nonsense. But I found a leak that Cosmic Book News did report for the upcoming Starfighter, Star Wars Starfighter, about a leak, which sounds pretty cool. I want to do a video on it, but I don't know if this is actually going to be true for the upcoming film. So we'll have to take this with a grain of salt. And then we also have a confirmed release date for the upcoming Starfighter for next year, and that's going to be on May 28th. And as you guys should know, next year is going to be a super big year for Star Wars. We have the re-release of A New Hope, and we have Starfighter. We also have Ahsoka Season 2 coming out, and we also have, because Ahsoka Season 2 has unfortunately been delayed till 2027. And then we also have Maul Shadowlord Season 2 as well coming out next year. So we have kind of a big year for Star Wars next year. And there has been some rumors going around for the upcoming film that's coming from Cosmic Book News. And this, like I said, this is not very reliable. This is a source that has been wrong dozens of times before, so I'm just taking it with a grain of salt. I'm not gonna assume that this is true, but we have Ryan Gosling, who is reportedly playing a hero named Damon, which is interesting. And then here's the article where it talks about that. And then we also have another rumor is that Mia Goth is going to be playing a Force-sensitive mercenary. And then, according to the leaks, Goth plays a Force-sensitive lightsaber-using character who works for a warlord and arms dealer Matt Smith. So Matt Smith is not only playing a villain, he's playing a warlord that's going to be in Star Wars Starfighter. It kind of sounds like that some of the elements from George Lucas's sequel trilogy treatments are playing out in the film, but it's the part where there's a warlord and getting the galaxy under control from the gangsters. Kind of sounds like that, but I don't think that's really the case. It kind of sounds like that a bit, but I think Maul Shadowlord and Maul's criminal organization and the Republic struggling to rebuild during the time of the Mandoverse and the New Republic, those are more likely elements that are taken up from George Lucas's original sequel trilogy outlines, or not his original sequel trilogy outlines, more likely some of his early plans for the sequel trilogy, because George Lucas did make a few initial changes to his sequel trilogy outlines before he sold Star Wars to Disney. But based on this, it sounds like Mia Goth and Matt Smith are going to be villains. Matt Smith's going to be the warlord. He's going to be pretty much running it sounds like he might be running a criminal syndicate, but we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, take this with a grain of salt. And this may not be true. There's a likely chance that this leak may not be true because it's coming from Cosmic Book News, and they peddle a lot of nonsense. They don't have much credibility, but I just thought I might report on that. And we have a confirmed release date for May 28th of 2027 is when we'll see Star Wars Starfighter hit theaters, which I am super excited. Now, there has been some rumors that Star Wars Starfighter is actually the real test, and the Mandalorian and Grogu was just getting started with releasing Star Wars movies back in the theaters again. So we have Star Wars Starfighter, which might even do better than The Mandalorian and Grogu in the box office. But The Mandalorian and Grogu in the box office, like, I did a video yesterday about The Mandalorian and Grogu flopping, and people just need to chill out because The Mandalorian and Grogu has only made $200 million within 2 weeks. Big deal as of right now because the numbers are still climbing and the movie's still in theaters. And until the movie is out of theaters and we get the actual results from the box office during the time it's in theaters, also after maybe a month or two, once it starts streaming on Disney Plus, how well it does in revenue, and when it releases on DVD, and how well the merch all sells. That's all going to determine if the movie flops or if it succeeds. And I don't think The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be a total flop. It may be a disappointment. It may not make much money, but I don't think The Mandalorian and Grogu is going to be a total flop. But this film might end up doing better, and Star Wars fans, as I know, like, as I see, like, seem to be more excited for Star Wars Starfighter than they are for The Mandalorian and Grogu. So we'll just have to wait and see. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below, and I'll catch you all later in another video.